Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where my good friends Dedeker and Jace teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. So Jace and Dedeker, how are we doing today?
I'm good. We are reaching a very pivotal moment in the story of Exodus today, and I'm just thrilled to be here.
For reals. Yes. Just to clarify to everyone.
Oh my goodness, I can't wait.
We're reading Exodus 19, 20, and 21 today. And if you don't know what's about to happen, you will shortly. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Mm-hmm. Just strap in and get ready. But first, of course, as always, Emily, do you remember what happened last time?
I know that Jethro Tull, the acclaimed musician, is definitely Moses' father-in-law? Yeah, father-in-law, just in case we forgot, as he's his father-in-law. And besides that, what else happened? The Red Sea already happened. And
it did.
They were angry about food and stuff, and then God did a bunch of food type miracle thingies, right? Was that time? Yeah.
Do you remember
cool.
Do you remember what kind of food God sent over to them?
Some bread that was definitely not leavened. And some cows? I don't know.
No, this was the manna from heaven, right?
Oh yeah, secret of manna. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you remember how it showed up? What the deal was with that?
On do.
Do, yes. Right. There's the dew in the morning, and it was kind of crusted all about.
Yeah, so could have been some sort of weird bread, could have been some algae, could have been some sort of insect pod thing, and then there was also the quail. The quail came in the evening.
Oh, yeah, of course. How sad. And they killed all the quail. Yeah.
I mean, it actually didn't say anything about them killing quail, but we can only assume.
They were just like, hi, quail, you're so cute.
Yeah, I know. They were just like, this is going to nourish our soul because of how adorable they are.
Yeah.
But I doubt that that's actually what happened.
I
didn't know quail were around in, the Middle East, but cool. I didn't know.
I mean,
thought that they were desert.
Quail are universal.
I know nothing about quail.
I guess you're right, yeah.
I don't think I've seen a quail.
Well, they exist in America and Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah. I grew up with a bunch of quail around, little cute.
Oh, you did?
Cute little quails with the feather off the top of their head, and they run across the road with all their little babies,
yes. Oh, they're so cute. I love them so much.
I feel like I'm missing out on something. I've never seen a quail ever in my life. What are you talking about?
Do they not get quail in Seattle?
I don't think so. Or else I always blinked very long when they ran across the road. I don't think I've ever seen a quail. What is a quail? I'm gonna look up a quail.
They're just short and round and have
adorable. The babies are the cutest.
Yeah, the babies are basically
seen.
Perfectly spherical, and they follow along behind the parents in a perfect straight line. They're very organized birds.
Wow.
I'm flapping my arms because they're so cute. Anyways, This is why I don't want them to be eaten because they're so cute.
I'm sorry, Emily. I can attest that they're also cute and delicious, as I can say from personal experience.
I think I've only eaten their eggs, which are also delicious.
Oh, quail eggs are also delicious. Yeah, quail egg on a pizza or something.
Oh, I was thinking of fried quail eggs like we have in Japan.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Crack that on a pizza. It's just delicious. Anyway,
wow.
Instead of talking about eating quail, let's talk about what we're all drinking.
Oh, well, there was one more miracle that happened last time.
Oh.
Because they were not only hungry, but they were also thirsty. And do you remember?
Did he make water?
He did. He did.
I don't know how. I forget how.
We lost this one in all our excitement about the manna and what the heck it was. He struck a rock.
Oh, wow.
He struck a rock with his staff, and water came out of it.
Uh-huh.
And water sprayed out of it, I guess.
Oh.
Which...
How cool.
Yeah, right? It was pretty cool.
Yeah, I don't remember that at all. I have no idea. But anyways, in terms of drinking, I am going back to my old friend, the vanilla peanut butter porter. I did buy a bottle of wine, but then I accidentally spent $20 on a bottle of wine where I thought I was going to be spending less than 10. So I'm taking that bottle of wine to a dinner party tonight because I think I don't want to just consume it alone.
It's too good
so it's
for
not
us.
good enough for us?
Yeah.
Jeez.
No, it's not that. It's just like, I was like, well, geez, like, I don't want to just sit here and like slowly rot over time from me not drinking it. So I'm going to take it to a dinner party tonight.
Okay.
Gosh.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm back in Japan, country that I do love dearly, and so I'm just back with the
Yeah.
old classic Suntory Premium Malts Ale. Can't go wrong with the classic.
Yeah, make it Suntory time.
Exactly.
And I think I may be the classiest of the three of us today with my Boda boxed wine, the hipster boxed wine, I guess. This one is called.
But it's a different brand though. Usually you get provisions when you go for hipster box wine.
These are the two that I've been trying. I've been trying like the different flavors of each to see if there's any that I really like.
Right.
Because
Are there any that are good?
so far, like they're not bad, but they're just a little too sweet. I tend to like a drier wine. So anyway, this one is a new one I'm trying called the Nighthawk Black Cabernet Sauvignon, and it's just it's nice. It's not bad, but it's just a little bit more kind of fruity, sweet, jammy sort of flavor, and I tend to like something a little drier. So,
Yeah.
who knows? Maybe I'll try a different blend next time. I don't know.
Great. Nice.
Yeah. Well, with that, we want to remind everybody to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
And remember, you can drink along with us, or you can listen to us in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time.
And with that, I will start us off with Exodus 19. In the 3rd month after the children of Israel had gone forth out of the land of Egypt, on that same day they came into the wilderness of Sinai. When they had departed from Rephidim and had come to the wilderness of Sinai, they encamped in the wilderness. And there Israel encamped before the mountain. They've encamped. I just want you to know they encamped.
Just in case you didn't know.
Moses went up to God. And Yahweh called out to him out of the mountain, saying, "This is what you shall tell the house of Jacob and tell the children of Israel." So he went up to God. He just walked up to the mountain to where God was chilling, I guess.
And he was like, knock, knock, knock. Hey, God.
What's up? What's up, God? I thought you'd be here.
It's very strange.
Yeah. Okay, this is what you shall tell to the children of Israel. This is God impersonating Moses, impersonating God now. You have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings, like Gandalf, and brought you to myself. Now, therefore, if you will indeed obey my voice and keep my covenant, then you shall be my own possession from among all peoples, for all the earth is mine. And you shall be to me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which you shall speak to the children of Israel. Moses came.
Okay.
Yep. We all got that, right? We all followed?
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm trying to follow it. I'm reading it again. So, like, just basically, like, they'll obey, and then they'll be, like, God's people.
Yeah.
The chosen people. Holy people.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Cool.
That's
Okay.
pretty much it. Yeah. Okay. So Moses came and called for the elders of the people and set before them all of these words which Yahweh commanded him. All the people answered together and said,
Jeez, all the people in unison?
all that
They
Yahweh,
got them all together in
all that Yahweh has spoken, we will do.
Moses is just like blasted over by 600,000 people speaking in unison.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
exactly.
Moses reported the words of the people to Yahweh. And Yahweh was like, yeah, I know. They all said it in unison. I could hear them. Yahweh said to Moses, "Behold, I come to you in a thick cloud, that the people may hear when I speak with you, and may also believe you forever." Whoa.
So I thought we had established that Yahweh's already coming, like the pillar of cloud. Is this a different cloud from the pillar of cloud?
Well, but that one didn't speak. And he's saying that the people may...
This is a cloud that speaks?
Well, he just said that people may hear when I speak to you. So, like, right? So now everyone's going to hear instead of just this, like, telephone game that he's been doing so far?
Okay, so it's like an amplifier.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure. Okay.
He's the speaking cloud. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Good.
So Moses told the words of the... Oh, wait, shoot. I skipped back a verse. Moses told the words of the people to Yahweh. No, it just says it twice. That was confusing. Okay.
Yeah. They had a lot more to say, so he just had to keep repeating it.
So he just kept having a... So...
Yeah.
Okay, so I see. Maybe God's just tired of this whole middleman thing, and he's like, okay, I'm just going to make a thick cloud. They're going to be able to hear me. I can hear them. You don't have to be this go-between.
We'll be good.
This isn't working out very well for me. Okay. Yahweh said to Moses, "Go to the people and sanctify them today and tomorrow, and let them wash their garments."
Please let them wash their garments. Jeez, these filthy people.
They smell terrible.
Literally stinking to high heaven.
If I'm going to be close to them, they better have washed their garments.
Exactly.
Okay.
I can smell them up here.
"And be ready against the third day, for on the third day Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people on Mount Sinai. You shall set bounds to the people round about, saying, 'Be careful that you do not go up into the mountain or touch its border. Whoever touches the mountain shall surely be put to death.'" No.
Wait, where is this mountain?
It's Mount Sinai.
Is it in the distance?
No, they're like next to it. They're camped in front of it.
I see. So they're just like, don't even think about like going on a little trek out into the field. Don't go on a hike, even though I know you over there, you love hiking, but don't do it.
Aw, man.
Like that hiking boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
"No hand shall touch him, but he shall surely be stoned or shot through. Whether it is animal or man, he shall not live."
Jeez, okay, so it's like if you touch the mountain, you need to be killed, but it's like you are contaminated. We can't even have anybody touch you. We need to put you at a distance and like shoot an arrow right through you so that we can kill you.
Yeah, so you don't infect anyone else. Wow.
Jeez.
Okay.
Infect him with what? Like the godliness?
The mountain juju?
Yeah, bad mountain juju.
Yeah.
The aggro crag.
But I thought the mountain's good, right? Because that's where God lives?
Yeah, but
does only God live there?
But it's powerful, right? Well, it's Old Testament God. He's like both powerful and fearful.
Yeah. People fear him for sure. Okay.
All right, I'm just going to let my guts reference go.
I got it. It's okay.
Thank you.
Wait, guts?
Do you have it?
All right.
Okay,
no, please keep rolling.
Gosh, come on. Right, no people shall touch him. Right. "When the trumpet sounds long, they shall come up to the mountain." Oh, I see. So it's like a race. Like you can't touch the mountain until the trumpet sounds, and then you can all run up to touch it.
What?
But if you do it ahead of time, instead of getting disqualified, you're going to be shot.
You're going to die. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
That sounds...
Including if you're a goat,
right.
We don't even care.
Right, even the goats have to follow the rules. Yes.
Dang.
Moses went down from the mountain to the people and sanctified the people, and they washed their clothes. Whew. He said,
"That's nice."
He said to the people, "Be ready by the third day. Don't have sexual relations with a woman."
What? What? Just like randomly don't do that either.
Everyone knows. It's like, no, you have to have your wits about you. You can't be distracted having sex with some women, getting your garments all
you're gonna orgasm
dirty
and then,
again.
Like, it's all gonna be over. You're not gonna care. You're just gonna want a cigarette, and you're gonna want to like sit out and have a beer and a chicken leg, and we can't have you doing that. No relations.
Quail leg. Let's be accurate.
Quail leg, yes.
Yes, you're right.
Very tiny little quail leg.
Or maybe he just wants everyone to be very pent up for this meeting. You know, like
I see.
He wants everyone to be horny. For running up the mountain?
No, just have all their chi, their energy. I don't know.
I see. Okay, so it's like this Ayurvedic. It's kind of Kundalini style,
Maybe,
saving
yeah.
up your chi in the form of your ejaculate.
Yep, gotta be it.
Cool.
It happened on the third day when it was morning that there were thunders and lightnings.
Thunders and lightnings.
Wow, many thunders and many lightnings. And a thick cloud on the mountain.
Just like he promised.
And the sounds of an
Yep.
exceedingly loud trumpet. And all...
Just a single trumpet, but it was exceedingly loud.
Yes. And all the people who were in the camp trembled. Moses led the people out of the camp to meet God, and they stood at the lower part of the mountain. Mount Sinai, the whole of it, smoked, because Yahweh descended on it in fire. And its smoke ascended like the smoke of a furnace, and the whole mountain quaked greatly.
Okay,
This
wait.
sounds like a volcano.
Yes, upon Googling it, it was a volcano.
Sinai was a volcano?
Well,
Yeah, so it makes sense.
so I think that they're essentially like saying that when a volcanic eruption occurs, it's actually just God.
Well, this
But-
particular one is, you know.
Yes.
Yeah. yeah.
Okay.
Although I guess we did theorize once before in Genesis that Sodom and Gomorrah might have also been a volcano.
Honestly, though, think about it. If
Yeah.
like you don't know what a volcano is, but you do know that this mountain has existed for a while and it's just been around, being
No,
a normal
totally.
mountain, nothing wrong, everything's normal, and then all of a sudden it erupts. How terrifying would that be?
Well,
Very.
and the fact that Moses predicted it, right? That God told him it was going to happen, and he told the people, right?
That's
so
true.
like
That's
doubly,
true.
Yeah.
doubly
Mm.
intense. Yeah. Sorry. When the sound of the trumpet grew louder and louder, Moses spoke, and God answered him by a voice. Do you suppose everyone can hear him now? Like he said, like that, so everyone can
Maybe
hear him.
that'd be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yahweh came down on Mount Sinai to the top of the mountain. I'm confused about this prepositional phrase here. Came down on the mount.
Down to the
He
top.
came from heaven to the mountain, but he landed on the top of the
On the
mountain.
top of it. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Okay. Wait, he's not just like chilling on Mount Sinai all the time. Sometimes he's in heaven, sometimes he's on the mountain, and sometimes he's in a cloud.
Maybe
but as
maybe
the
he
cloud.
was up in heaven, and when Moses went up to him, he just went like close, so he could.
Yeah,
talk
he was
to
just,
him.
they were still having to yell a little bit, but now God's like in the building, on the mountain, on the scene, in person.
Yes. How many?
Cool.
How many different
Great.
sayings
Okay.
can we use for?
I don't. Yeah,
Okay.
he'll be coming around the mountain when he comes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Right.
let's do it.
Yahweh called Moses to the top of the mountain, and Moses went up. Yahweh said to Moses, "Go down." It's like, dude,
I was like, I just got up here.
It's like,
God
why?
dang it.
okay.
I'm 120 years old. You think it's easy crawling up and down a volcano?
Yeah.
Go down, charge the people, lest they break through to Yahweh to gaze, and many of them perish. Let me just read the rest of this and we'll try to figure it out.
Okay.
Let the priests also who come near to Yahweh sanctify themselves, lest Yahweh break forth on them.
What?
Okay. So, all right, so he told the people not to touch the mountain. Maybe that's still in effect, and he's like, go back down and like make sure they don't come up here, because if they see me, I'm going to get all Raiders of the Lost Ark on them. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the priests.
But they...
And the priests, they can come near, but if they don't sanctify themselves, then Yahweh's got to break forth on them, whatever that means. Can you please look up another translation?
All right, let me look this up. What verse is this? 22?
Yep.
22.
Okay.
21 and 22. So interesting. Because, okay, like, in saying, like, he's going to charge the people, like, when I think of charge, I think of, like, a whole cavalry, like, running in to a battle. So is Moses the cavalry, and he's running into the battle of humans down below him?
Oh, kind of like that scene in the Two Towers where Gandalf is all, like, at the front, although he's coming down a mountain. I don't know. What you got, Jace?
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I like these translations that people have to consecrate themselves or else the Lord will break out against them.
Oh my.
So again,
Break
that's a little
out.
confusing. But
yes.
okay,
Or else the Lord's going to get real funky on these people if
Yeah.
they don't sanctify themselves.
my anger will break out against them. The Lord will punish them. Will break out against them. Lest Hashem.
Okay, I think
break
we
forth
I think
upon
we
them.
got it.
No, there were some. There was one. Which one was it? It was the God's Word translation. Or the Lord will violently kill them.
Oh, okay. Well, no bones about that.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Okay, let's just call it what it is,
Yeah.
okay? Call a spade a spade. Alrighty.
Moses said to Yahweh, "The people can't come up to Mount Sinai, for you charged us, saying, 'Set bounds around the mountain and sanctify it.' Yahweh said to him, 'Go down, and you shall bring Aaron up with you. But don't let the priests and the people break through to come up to Yahweh, lest he break forth on them. I have no control over what I do. Don't bring him close, or I might kill him.' So Moses went down to the people and told them."
Okay, so Aaron's allowed to come up. Aaron is
Yeah.
cool.
But apparently even
no
the
one
priests
else.
are not. So maybe we misread
Yeah, I guess
that,
so.
misunderstood.
I know, because, like, he said they can come close, but never mind, no, they can't. Get him out of here.
Get 'em outta
Only
here.
Aaron.
It is
You
quite
and
a
Aaron,
it is
that's
quite
it.
a job interpreting the will of Old Testament God. It must be kind of stressful for
Yeah.
Moses and Aaron and everyone
I'm
else.
sure. Oh, yeah. It was very stressful, I'm assuming, for Moses.
No
wonder
Moses
they had
is
to-
probably, like, aging rapidly right now. It's probably really hard
Like
on
the
him.
president, how he ages so much while he's in
Yeah.
office. Yeah, it's got to be that.
Exactly. He's just like, going crazy. Oh, man. Okay. So, let's move on to Exodus 20. God spoke all these words, saying, "I am Yahweh your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. You shall have no other gods before me." Am I reading, like, the same thing that I've read before? Because I think I'm reading the same thing that I've read before. Okay. You
well-
shall not make...
That last line you
Yes.
just read, that "you shall have no other gods before me," is that the first time we've heard that?
I think so. This is the first of the 10 Commandments.
Yeah, that's the one. That's number one.
Oh.
I guess
Oh, do I...
There's
I
not
guess-
Really?
I
I
didn't-
feel like you've said that before, no?
I didn't realize that there was no preamble to the 10 Commandments where they're like, in order to form a more perfect union and promote the general welfare, we set forth these 10 Commandments for the children of Israel. Here we go, number one. I guess they just kind of launch us straight into it. I forgot that.
Yeah, I kind of thought there would be some lead up, but it's like, no, God's just like, now that everyone can hear me.
Screaming down from the heavens.
Yep.
He's like, everyone, we all hear? Okay. All right, number one.
Okay, number
Okay.
one.
So, yes, you shall have no other gods before me. Okay, number two. You shall not make for your... Or wait, is this still
Yep,
number
no,
one?
that's number two. You got
No, it's number two. Yeah.
Okay. Number two. You shall not make for yourselves an idol, nor any image of anything that is in the heavens above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow yourself down to them, nor serve them, for I, Yahweh your God, am a jealous God. Yeah, no shit. At least he can, like, see that about himself. That's good.
Well, okay, he can take ownership of it, but he's not doing anything about it.
You're right. He just is like, I'm a jealous God. What are you going to do
Deal
about
with it.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah. I am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers on the children, on the third and on the fourth generation of those who hate me, and showing loving kindness to thousands of those who love me and keep my commandments.
Whew,
The third and on the fourth generations of those who hate me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is maybe, I think we've gotten a little bit of this previously, but this is a recurring theme in the Bible, is this idea of being punished for like the sins of the fathers. You've probably heard that term before.
Yes.
Where it's like
Yes, of course.
the punishments that God gives out will be through multiple generations because someone hated him.
Right.
I
Right.
see.
Or
Okay.
did any number of
All
other
right,
things.
so this
Yeah.
looks... Yeah, of course. This looks like number 3. Okay. You shall not take the name of Yahweh your God in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain.
Okay, quick pause. You shall not take my vein and my vein and name. You shall
My
not.
vein and main.
How's that beer
take-
treating you over there?
The rain
Oh,
in
it's-
Spain.
It's treating me real
stays
well for only
mainly in
taking like
Brooklyn.
4 or 5 sips of it. Let me tell you. You shall not take my name in vain. You know what that means, Emily?
Don't say God. Oh, God. Or, geez, Lapeets.
Jeez Lapeets.
God.
Yeah, well, I've never heard you say Jeez Pete's, but definitely don't say that. It is interesting that, like, now that we're in a translation that actually name drops Yahweh, I'm like, oh, this makes more sense where they're like, don't say the name of Yahweh, keep that holy. It does seem strange that now in our modern day it is just don't say the word God, even though God is a generic term for any kind of deity, but just don't say it. That's kind of interesting that it's morphed into that.
Yeah, so I'm actually looking up some other translations here, and this is actually super interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Because obviously, like the King James Version and the New International, the King James is "You shall not take the name of the Lord your God in vain," which is kind of the version that I remember. But a lot of them, including the New International Version, specifically say, "You shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, for the Lord will not hold anyone guiltless who misuses his name." And then,
what does that mean? Misuses it?
Well, that's the question, right? Is what's misusing? But then
I don't know.
Another number of the translations here, such as the Good News translation, says, "Do not use my name for evil purposes, for I, the Lord your God, will punish anyone who misuses my name." So that's interesting, because I always thought that was funny, like using God's name in vain. As a kid, I was just like, what's that mean? Like, using it in vain.
I guess when they say in vain, that implies just using it like frivolously, like the way we say, oh God, or oh my God. However, this using it for evil purposes, that's interesting. I'm kind of like, so does that mean, like, for instance, holding a crusade in the name of Jesus Christ? That seems like kind of an evil purpose to me that's maybe worthy of some punishment, but
dang, yeah.
That's some commentary for another time.
Well, there's also...
Well, I do...
Sorry, I was just going to read one more translation here that says, do not use the Lord your God's name as if it were of no significance. So that kind of fits kind of the other description, like the original way it was kind of taught to me. So that's interesting. Sorry, what were you going to say, Emily?
Yeah, no. Well, yeah, just like frivolously throwing God around. But so, again, I'm with two very religious people on this trip to China, and they really, like, never say the word God unless they're talking about God. Right. Because I've played Super Smash Brothers with both of them, and they've been in situations where they're very angry, and one of them is like, oh gosh.
Oh yeah, that was me. That was me, age 0 to what, maybe like 18, 17 or something. Yeah, my gosh.
The older guy swears, but the younger guy, I have never heard him swear. And we're talking like not a hell or damn. None of that, even.
Oh, yeah, that was another funny thing is that,
that's so strange to me.
It was always like, what the heck, and never hell, which is an odd one to me because it's like, it doesn't say anything about keeping the word hell holy.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that for me, saying God was the very last swear word I ever started saying, because that was the only one I knew for sure I'd been told was wrong. And so
you can say the F word, but not God?
Like, in my sort of evolution, I think, like, shit was the first one I said. But then, like, as I sort of progressed, like, God was literally the one that I held out on the longest until I finally didn't care and was like, actually, I don't think this is a problem. But, like, that one took me a long time because that was the only one where I was like, I can see it written on the page here that this is bad.
Interesting. The Bible doesn't mention anything about F-bombs.
No, it doesn't.
No.
That's funny. Nope, actually, Jace, I know you and I hold this in common, but I know in my household at least, the swear word that got the biggest reaction as being the worst was goddamn, specifically.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
Before, worse than the F-bomb, worse than shit, worse than anything else was specifically that combination. Yep. And so it's so funny because it's like, there's a part of me that still reacts to that too.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue these commandments.
All right.
Verse 8.
Remember this. Yes, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. You shall labor 6 days and do all your work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath to Yahweh your God. You shall not do any work in it, you, nor your son, nor your daughter, your manservant, nor your maidservant, nor your cattle. Make sure those cattle don't work, okay? If I see them working, nah. Nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Alrighty.
I can appreciate some enforced time off. I could use some of that in my life.
Yeah, definitely.
Except for it sounds like you still have to, like, do something for God on that day, right?
You keep it holy. Well, I guess at least, okay, in the Christian tradition, that's, Sunday is the day that you go to church.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, but just this, that, like, you can't even have your, like, servants work. It's like everyone has to get this one day a week off. I actually think it's kind of cool.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Yeah, it is. All right. Honor your father and your mother, that your days may be long in the land which Yahweh your God gives you.
Okay.
So that's it, just like honor them? Like, what does that mean? What does it mean to honor your father and your mother?
I don't know, but I will tell you that was definitely weaponized against me to make sure that I behaved.
Ooh, yikes, really? Oh, man.
Oh, are you kidding me? Every
no.
like, again, I can only speak from a Christian tradition, not from the Jewish tradition or anything like that, but every Christian kid gets honor your father and mother thrown at them.
If you're disobeying or you're sassing back or whatever.
Yeah, that's what it's.
Really?
I think that's why, like, it's so effective is because honor, because it really is. It's like, well, what does that actually mean? Like, and it can be used to mean everything. I can attest.
Wow. Well, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I definitely never got that as a kid. I just was scared of my mother, so I was like, ah! But that's fine. I was like, I will honor you because I have been
Because
taught to.
I am
But I
afraid.
definitely was never told that I needed to. It was just something I did.
This was in elementary school. They also always had to make sure that you knew that, like, this is the only commandment that has a promise attached to it, that has kind of a transaction attached to it, which is like, if you honor your father and your mother, your days will be long in the land.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah, it's the only one that's like,
meaning
if you
like
do
you're
this,
gonna live a
you'll live
good
a
long life.
good long life. Yep.
I mean, I
Wow.
would argue that
All right.
taking the Lord's name in vain has a punishment, sort of attached, more of a threat that Yahweh will not hold him guiltless who takes his name in vain.
I guess that's true. I guess, but this was more of a like, here we're gonna dangle the carrot.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay, these next ones are just like real short.
Yep.
You shall not murder. You shall not commit adultery. You shall not steal. You shall not give false testimony against your neighbor. Wait, like
Basically, don't
you don't like tattle and lie?
Don't lie.
Yeah.
False
False
Don't
testimony.
be a liar.
You can testify against your neighbor, just not falsely.
But it better be real.
Yeah.
Although
Okay.
it was against your neighbor, it wasn't like, if it's about a Hittite, you can lie your ass off.
All right.
That's kind of all right. Threading the needle on the word of the law there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Though
All right.
I could argue that the Hittites are also your neighbors here in this land, but we'll leave that to the lawyers to debate.
Okay. Here we go. You shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his donkey, nor anything that is your neighbor's. So, funny story. I was just talking about the Ten Commandments with Jeff, with one of our religious people that I know here in China, and he said that one of them was you shall not covet your neighbor's donkey, as actually it used to be your neighbor's ass
Right.
in the King James Bible, but they changed it because it's funny. You shall not covet your
That's
neighbor's
why they
ass.
changed it.
But you want to know what's funnier is the fact that you said cover first. And I really like, first of all, I love you shall not cover your neighbor's donkey. I love that. Also, you shall not cover your neighbor's ass. I love both of those.
Yeah, like let it ride, man. Like let it sleep, like be out in the open. Let it do its thing.
Yes, exactly.
Was that
apparently
10?
it's in the King James.
Was that 10? 1, 2,
Oh, yeah.
3,
No,
4,
you're right. Yeah, that's
5. Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the 10.
that's it.
There you go.
All
There we
right.
go.
So don't covet your neighbor's crap. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Or his ass. All the people perceived the thunderings, the lightnings, the sound of the trumpet, and the mountain smoking. When the people saw it, they trembled and stayed at a distance. They said to Moses, "Speak with us yourself, and we will listen, but don't let God speak with us, lest we die."
They're like, we're
Wait,
happy
so
to have a middleman here.
I see, okay. God may be tired of it, but, like, we don't want to accidentally do something bad and die.
Yeah.
All right. Moses said to the people, "Don't be afraid." Oh, sorry. What is Moses' voice? Don't be afraid, for God has come to test you, and that his fear may be before you, that you won't sin. Okay. The people stayed at a distance, and Moses drew near to the thick darkness where God was. Yahweh said to Moses, "This is what you shall tell the children of Israel. You yourself have seen that I have talked with you from heaven. You shall most certainly not make alongside of me gods of silver or gods of gold for yourself. You shall make an altar of earth for me, and shall sacrifice it on your burnt offerings and your peace offerings, your sheep and your oxen." So meaning, like, kill the sheep and oxen and put it on this, like, altar of earth?
I think he's saying, like, if you're making an altar, you're not going to put any other gods on it, like no other idols, and you're just going to use the altar for sacrifices.
Cool. Okay. In every place where I record my name, I will come to you and I will bless you. If you make me an altar of stone, you shall not build it of hewn stones, for if you lift up your tools on it, you have polluted it. Wow, okay, that's very specific.
I had no idea.
Neither shall you go up by steps to my altar, that your nakedness may not be exposed to it.
What?
Wait, what? Like, so don't be naked around my altar.
No. Okay.
Damn it.
This is what, like, okay. You can't go up any steps either to my altar or near my altar because God is going to be able to see up your strappy little skirt that everyone's wearing and see your junk.
No.
Is that what it is?
No. I think it's steps as in your human steps. Like, don't step on it. Like, don't go up onto it by stepping up onto it.
Don't get all up on it. Can you look up another translation, please, to help us understand this nakedness part? I never have heard this verse in my life.
Okay. No, actually, I think you might be onto something. So the Good News translation says,
"Oh, man.
Do not build an altar for me with steps leading up to it. If you do, you will expose yourselves as you go up the steps."
See? Exactly. It's literally, we can see up your skirt. Don't let us see that shit.
I've got an even better one here. This is from the Common English Bible. "Don't climb onto my altar using steps. Then your genitals won't be exposed by doing so."
Holy crap. Okay. Well, I'm just going to spell it out for you. No
just
problem.
Like, please, just do not flash me. Do not flash me.
Oh my gosh.
What's
it
the
just
next
keeps
one?
getting
What, Jace?
better.
What?
The God's Word translation. "Never use stairs to go up to my altar. Otherwise, people will be able to see under your clothes."
Cool. Great.
This is amazing. Why didn't they teach us this in freaking Sunday school? Like, a bunch of 10-year-olds would be cracking
can understand
up.
a couple of reasons why they wouldn't teach you this in Sunday school.
We would, we'd be so much
truly.
more engaged, though, because think about it. Like, as a child, you're so aware of, like, someone accidentally seeing your privates. Like, everyone would be cracking up and embarrassed and just loving it at the same time. I think we should have...
Oh, I'm sure
I think the teacher should have leaned into this one rather than avoided it.
Okay, the New International Version actually might be my favorite here. God says,
"Really?
And do not go up to my altar on steps, or your private parts may be exposed." Literally,
Well, that's so cute.
use the word private parts.
It's so cute.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Okay,
This is...
that was wonderful.
Okay, can I just need to take a
Your
moment to
private
say...
parts.
I love the show. I love doing the show with you. I love learning about the Bible. I never thought that I would say that in my entire life. I definitely wouldn't have said that as a child, but now doing this show and learning about, like, how I can't walk up on steps because God's going to see my private parts, I'm like, I love learning about the Bible. Anyway, and for those of you listening, if you also love learning about the Bible, you can actually help us keep this disaster afloat by joining us on Patreon. So if you go to patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy, you can become part of our exclusive community. You can get access to bonus content. We record bonus content every single episode. That includes interviews with experts, fun facts and figures and trivia about the stuff that we're reading, watching movies. You know, right now we're in the middle of watching a bunch of different scenes side by side of the 10 Commandments and the Prince of Egypt to kind of see how different people have tackled these stories in the Old Testament, and it's been great fun. Anyway, if you want to get access to that and also help us keep learning about the Bible together, you can go to patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy.
And if we reach our goal of 300 patrons, then we can go back to 2 Bible studies a week, which we would love to do. Because again, we love doing this show. We hope that you love listening to it out there. And the more patrons we have, the sooner we can reach that goal.
The sooner you can learn about more secret, verses about genitals in the Bible. And I don't know if that doesn't brighten up your day.
There's probably a ton.
I just don't even know what to tell you.
And if you've been enjoying getting all of these super top secret insights into the Bible, they're not top secret, they're all right in the Bible. But if you're enjoying all of this and you want to help spread the word and get more people in on this fun club, then, the best way you can do that is just sharing it with people. Share these episodes on your social media or whatever. But in addition to that is taking a moment and leaving us a rating or writing us a review. It helps us to show up higher in search results, to show up higher in the charts, and your written reviews help people understand what they're going to get from the show. So if they're considering listening to it, reading your review might be the thing that makes them try it, and we would appreciate it so much.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to jump back into it. So I can see just by reading ahead the first 3 or 4 verses here that this is kind of the part of the Bible where it's okay, these 10 commandments, that's all you need. These are the base rules, that's all. Oh, actually, here's all the kind of fine print and subplots and tiny little,
oh man,
here's all the specifics. So here we go.
This is what, addendum A.
Yeah, exactly. Exodus 21. Now these are the ordinances which you shall set before them. If you buy a Hebrew servant, he shall serve 6 years, and in the 7th he shall go out free without paying anything. Okay. Great. Okay. Cool.
Great. Okay.
If do you think this was actually slave? If you buy, because you're buying someone, that implies slave, right? Or is it just if you employ a Hebrew servant, he only has a 6-year term limit, and then you gotta let him go?
I don't know. They're fellow Hebrews, so
yeah,
does that
I know, which is surprising to me.
It is surprising. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. If he comes in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If he is married, then his wife shall go out with him. If his master gives him a wife, and she bears him sons or daughters, the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself.
Whoa.
Okay.
What? That's screwed up. That's not cool, man.
Wow. Okay, so it's no. I gave you this wife, and these kids belong to me, and you gotta. Wow.
And so does the wife.
Jeez.
Yeah, the wife and the kids belong to me.
That's
wow.
pretty screwy, actually.
Okay, I'm not so into that whole 6-year term limit thing.
No.
That's interesting. Oh, wait. Okay, hang on. It continues. But if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. Then his master shall bring him to God, and shall bring him to the door, or to the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. That was not as uplifting as I thought that it was going to be.
Wait.
No,
put a little stamp on him, on his ear, or put a little tag on his ear?
That's not, I guess kind of like a tag, but yeah, no, he's going to give him a really traumatic ear piercing, and then the servant's going to serve him forever.
Yeah.
That seems like that's a really difficult situation to put someone in, because what if he's like, well, I don't really love serving this guy, but I do love my wife and my children, and
I'm assuming that's what one has to do.
I would like to stay with him, so I guess I gotta get, hole punch to this freaking doorpost, and then I'm gonna be in servitude forever.
So it's there's a strategy there if you're the master of these slaves. I did look it up, and other translations do have this as slave, not just servant.
I see.
Or bondsman is another word.
Wow.
Okay.
But if you have this slave or this servant that you really like and you want them to stay forever, just be sure that within the 6 years, you give them a wife.
Or at least a wife that they like. Because what if he gives him a wife that he doesn't like, and then at 6 years he's like, oh, finally, thank goodness this loophole's in the system.
He's like, this wife and kids are yours now.
I'm out.
Bye. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so there's that. Moving on. If a man sells his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. If she doesn't please her master, who has married her to himself, then he shall let her be redeemed. He shall have no right to sell her to a foreign people, seeing he has dealt deceitfully with her. Okay.
I'm confused.
Okay. Is there another translation that might clarify this?
I'm looking it up. She shall be redeemed.
Okay, so if a man
what do you think that means?
Sells his daughter, and if she doesn't please her master, he shall let her be redeemed. He can't sell her off.
I redeemed like a voucher. So the good
Okay.
How far can we objectify this person and dehumanize
Yeah,
them?
seriously.
So the good news translation here says, so if she is sold to someone who intends to make her his wife, but he doesn't like her, then she is to be sold back to her father. Her master cannot sell her to foreigners because he has treated her unfairly. So you can't sublet. You
can't sublet your maidservant.
Sublet your wife.
Yeah.
Okay, so the idea being, if it's not working out, he has to sell her back to her father.
Yeah.
Great. Great.
Or phrased a different way, in the Message Bible, if she doesn't please her master, her family must buy her back. So it's almost like a return policy if you phrase it that way.
Okay, cool. There's more stipulations.
You have to buy her back.
Yeah.
There's more stipulations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please continue.
If he marries her to his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Okay, I guess that makes sense. If your son marries the servant, then she's like your daughter-in-law. You got to deal with her however you deal with daughter-in-law. Is probably not much better than this. Okay. If he takes another wife to himself, he shall not diminish her food, her clothing, and her marital rights. If he doesn't do these 3 things for her, she may go free without paying any money. Okay. So it seems like there's kind of this implication that it's like if you sell off your daughter to be someone's slave, that's automatically he gets all kinds of sexual rights to her, I'm assuming.
Well, this is sold off
course.
a maidservant to be married to him.
Sold to be married.
Sold to be married, yeah.
I see. I did not pick up that subtext.
Well, yeah, so if she doesn't please her master who has married her to himself.
I see.
This is selling your daughter off to be married to someone, yeah.
I see. Okay. All right. But if he takes another wife, then he still needs to support her. If he doesn't support her, then she can leave. Okay, I guess
she can bounce. Okay,
but just not even support her, but can't diminish her food. So she can't get any less clothing or food, or marital rights, whatever that is, in order for him to take another wife.
Okay.
I mean, that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
great.
It's good that
making the best out of a
bad situation.
Overall bad situation. Let's just call it like it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on. One who strikes a man so that he dies shall surely be put to death. Makes sense. But not if it is unintentional, for God allows it to happen. Then I will appoint you a place where he shall flee. So it's like if you accidentally kill someone, we won't kill you, but we do kind of have to banish you.
Make you banished.
Yeah, you do have to be banished. Okay, all right.
Okay.
Just to be safe, I suppose. If a man schemes and comes presumptuously on his neighbor to kill him, you shall take him from my altar that he may die. Okay, so this is if it's premeditated, then he needs to die.
Well, I think even if he didn't succeed in... No, I think what this is if he schemes...
If it was attempted murder.
Attempted murder, then he gets banished, I think.
No. Attempted murder. Oh, you shall take him from my altar that he may die? So maybe he's banished with the intention of him dying in the desert.
I guess.
Maybe?
I don't know. Let me look up some other ones of that. You can continue if you want.
We got some more to get through, so I'm just going to keep on rolling.
Oh, man. Here we go.
Anyone who attacks his father or his mother shall be surely put to death.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. I did get some clarification here. It seems that taken from my altar just means if he's taking refuge where the altar is, you take him out of there and then you kill him. That's what some of the translations seem to be indicating.
Okay.
Fascinating.
As in he doesn't even get sanctuary.
Right.
Okay. Anyone who kidnaps someone and sells him, or if he is found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Okay, so no kidnapping, no trafficking.
Okay, yep.
Okay.
Anyone who curses his father or his mother shall surely be put to death. Jeez, it's really ramping up here.
Wow.
Yeah, basically.
It's curse you, Mom. Curse you, Dad.
Teenagers
murdered.
No more teenagers.
Yeah.
Okay. If men quarrel and one strikes the other with a stone or with his fist, and he doesn't die, but is confined to bed, if he rises again and walks around with his staff, then he who struck him shall be cleared. Oh, okay. So if he...
Oh, well, that's good.
Keep
you
going,
beat up a dude and he's knocked out, but he's able to get back up again, then you're okay. Only he shall pay for the loss of his time and shall provide for his healing until he is thoroughly healed. Okay.
Oh, wow.
All
All
right.
right. Well, that seems fine.
Yeah, pays for his hospital bills and his,
Right. His lost time at work.
Lost time at work. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. If a man strikes his servant or his maid with a rod and he dies under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he gets up after a day or two, he shall not be punished, for he is his property. Cool.
Damn, that's real not cool, okay? Like, it's
Love
fine
it.
if he strikes a maid or
Love it. Great.
or his servant, he's property, whatevs.
Yep.
Yeah, well, even if he kills them, he just gets punished. We don't know how.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
He's slap on the wrist, give
Yeah.
me 5 shekels, and we'll call it a day.
Right.
Okay.
That's
If men fight and hurt a pregnant woman so that she gives birth prematurely, and yet no harm follows, he shall be surely fined as much as the woman's husband demands and the judges allow. Okay, so it's a fine for causing some kind of premature birth or causing a woman to miscarry.
Yeah.
Oh, but if any harm follows, then you must take life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth,
there it is.
Yeah.
hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, and bruise for bruise. So yeah, there is the whole eye for an eye thing. That everything.
But
is
don't
an equal
people? Didn't
measure.
Gandhi not believe in this? Gandhi was like, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind.
Yes, that is correct.
Gandhi was onto something there.
Yeah, it took a couple thousand years, but he was onto something.
Yeah.
Here we go. If a man strikes his servant's eye or his maid's eye and destroys it, he shall let him go free for his eye's sake. Okay.
Whoa.
If he strikes out his manservant's tooth or his maidservant's tooth, he shall let him go free for his tooth's sake. So do you think there was like servants who like really didn't like their job or slaves that really didn't enjoy their setup where they were like, okay, if I can just get my tooth loose enough that and I can piss off my master so that he just backhands me just enough that it goes flying out my mouth and then that's my golden ticket out of here?
Yeah, that would be a good strategy because, like, the other side is like you're hoping that he does it, but instead he just beats you so badly, but you're able to get back up within 2 days, and then
dang,
no harm, no foul.
Yeah,
well, that's why you have to kind of like get
Loosen
the
it
tooth
up,
loose
yeah,
first,
yeah,
or maybe you pull out
Yeah.
a tooth and then just kind of have it in your mouth.
Oh,
and you're
that's
like, two.
That's the way to do it. Yep.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. If you were desperate enough,
Wow.
I'm sure people did it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
If a bull gores a man or a woman to death, the bull shall surely be stoned. Gosh, this law applies to the animals too. Okay.
Yeah.
This is.
And
I'm not okay with this.
Its flesh shall not be eaten, but the owner of the bull shall not be held responsible. But if the bull had a habit of goring in the past, and it has been testified to its owner, and he has not kept it in, but it has killed a man or a woman, the bull shall be stoned, and the owner shall also be put to death. Gosh.
Wow.
Dang. Jeez.
If a okay, sorry. The stipulations about bulls goes on for quite a while, so strap in.
Wow.
Okay.
If a ransom is laid on him, then he shall give for the redemption of his life whatever is laid on him. Is that like a bond? Like
Yeah,
like he can pay his way out of it?
I guess.
Okay, I'll keep going. Whether it
okay.
has gored a son or gored a daughter, according to this judgment it shall be done to him. If the bull gores a manservant or a maidservant, 30 shekels of silver shall be given to their master, and the ox shall be stoned. Oh, dear. Okay. If a man opens a pit, or if a man digs a pit and doesn't cover it, and a bull or a donkey falls into it, the owner of the pit shall make it good. Shall make it so
good how?
Make it so good.
Oh,
well, I'll tell
man.
you how, Emily. He shall give money to its
Okay.
owner, and the dead animal shall be his.
Okay.
That's kind of... I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, on the one hand, I'm like, okay, you dug a pit, someone else's donkey fell into it, you got to give money to the owner
died.
for the donkey, but now you have to deal with disposing of this dead animal, or you get the bonus of now you get a free meal.
Well, you
Out of
had to
this dead
pay for it.
animal.
It wasn't free.
Well, okay, fine.
Now you get the bonus of a meal.
Yeah.
that
You had a very
paid
elaborate
for
trap that you had to pay
enough
for.
to like,
Yeah.
dress and stuff.
Okay.
Wow.
If one man's bull injures another so that it dies, then they shall sell the live bull and divide its price, and they shall also divide the dead animal. Okay, I suppose that makes sense.
This must happen all of the time, so they had to
if
like
it
do
didn't
very
happen,
specific
if
things
it wasn't,
on each
if
of
this
these.
this can't have just all been hypothetical. Like
No.
It had to have been this happened, and they came to Moses or, the chain of command, and were like, my bull was killed by this guy's bull. What am I going to do? And then they're like, okay, after discussing it, we finally decided you're going to divide the dead bull, divide the live bull. Okay, done. Write it down so we don't have to do this shit again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Oh, wait, okay. Or, if it is known that the bull was in the habit of goring in the past, and its owner has not kept it in, he shall surely pay bull for bull, and the dead animal shall be his own. And that's the end of that chapter.
Wow.
I had no idea there were so many laws applicable to bulls.
Yeah.
Well, now we do. That's incredible.
I thought the whole man opens a pit and doesn't cover it thing, that it was going to go like to people falling into it as well, but it's really just about bulls or donkeys falling into it.
It's just about bulls. I mean, let's be honest. It seems like they're kind of more valuable than the people that you own. So.
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess.
Right?
I guess you're right.
Or if it's like if a person falls in your pit,
right.
it's their own fault because they should have been looking where they were going.
They were a fool, but
Yeah.
a bull doesn't even know. A bull and a donkey can't even tell. So. Wow.
Oh man. Well, those are the 10 Commandments with their addendums about bulls. The bull addendums.
Addenda is the plural of addendum.
Well, okay. Sorry.
I've been listening to the History of English podcast, so I know these things.
What do we think is going to happen next time?
I think the whole rest of the book and the following book is all going to be this.
It's all the whole rest of the book. I don't think that.
I mean, I don't
Wait,
actually.
It's going to be what?
Just all more laws, more addenda. I feel like God's just getting started.
Wow.
Oh, really? You think it's going to be even more of this?
Well, but we have the whole book of Leviticus, though. Leviticus is like all these like very, very specific laws. Yeah. I think there's more story in Exodus. It's not just bylaws and stuff now.
Okay. All right.
That's good.
I just think we're not quite done with this.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Okay. We're probably not quite done.
We might not be.
No, that's true.
But yeah, I'm very interested to see what happens. But next week, we cannot wait to share more of it with you.
Thank you for joining us for Bible Study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including bonus episodes, new series, guest interviews, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes or Stitcher, letting other people know what you like about it. Find us on Twitter at DrunkBibleCast, on Instagram at DrunkBibleStudy, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Emily Matlack, Jace Lindgren, and me, Dedeker Winston. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. The theme song for the Book of Exodus is Our Story Begins by Kevin MacLeod. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.